You know, if it wasn't for community, there wouldn't be something like Cert Plus. Brenda, Snack Panic, letting me know that she can only hear music right now, no other audio. That's because my mic was muted and I had been jabbering the whole time. Hey, good evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing. Welcome to the stream. My name is Jesse J, aka the Cosmic Cowboy, and I am enjoying some self-imposed deadlines. And by that I mean we're going to rock our CySA Plus in 30 days. I've been passively studying for it, and similarly, like the Security Plus exam, I love bringing people along. And one of the best ways that I learn or reinforce textbook subjects is to do it in live environments. And I thought maybe this could be useful to other people. And so here we are. We have industry standard guides, practice questions, flashcards. It's all for free. We do this weekly. I committed to going live for at least 30 minutes and doing some studying on my own. And then myself and Tech Ricky, aka Ricky Lee, are going to we're launching this weekly in a longer format. So hang out with me. I'm gonna do some studying, committed to 30 minutes. So I have about 30 minutes after my evening. I just finished dinner. I had some chicken Caesar wraps. And so let's get started. Let's get rocking and rolling. There's our screen. I would like to remind everybody, and I'm super proud of this, that each and every episode of Cert Plus is proudly brought to you by Simply Cyber's daily cyber threat brief. Whether you're trying to level up, trying to break into the industry, whatever you're looking to do, check out the daily cyber threat brief every Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern time. Dr. Jerry Ozier brings his 20 years of industry experience working through multiple sectors of the cybersecurity industry to bring you a hot and fresh and spicy take on what is going on in the cybersecurity landscape. Everything from the latest threats, hacks, exposures, CVEs, you name it. The good doctor is going to cover it, so make sure you check it out. Thank you so much, Dr. Ozier, for your mentorship, your sponsorship, being a good dude. Looking forward to smoking you in some Magic the Gathering at Wild West Hackin' Fest. Should be pretty fun. Mrs. Osint, what's going on, old friend? Is Mrs. Osint who I think it is? I hope you're doing well. We get a drink, hydrate a little bit, and then we'll get into some practice questions. Of course. Oh, this music kind of stinks. It's all right. Let's get after it. Security analyst is responsible for ensuring a company's serverless infrastructure is secure. Recently, the company had a data breach due to a misconfigured serverless function. Which security measure should the analyst implement to prevent future data breaches on the company's serverless infrastructure? A, deploy a firewall. B, configure access controls. C, implement network segmentation. Or D, use an intrusion detection system or an IDS to monitor functions. Well, we can scratch off, we read the question. Let's double check. So I always like to read. As you're reading the question, it's key to look for keywords. So I'm looking for keywords this whole time. So serverless, I'm looking for words like prevent. And the whole time I'm reading the question, I'm trying to already formulate some possible answers without even looking at the answers yet. So security analyst is responsible for, they're ensuring the company's serverless infrastructure is secure. Recently, the company had a data breach due to misconfigured serverless function. Which security measures should the analyst implement to prevent future data breaches on the company's serverless infrastructure? You feel like you have an idea to the answer. Hello, my friend, LinkedIn user. Good to see you. If you think you know the answer, drop it in chat. A, deploy a firewall. B, configure access controls. C, implement network segmentation. Or D, use an intrusion detection system to monitor functions. So, going back to those keywords, I can scratch off intrusion detection system because it says prevent. Network segmentation could prevent a data breach. Access controls, configure access controls could prevent data breaches because you could prevent unauthorized access to the data. Deploying a firewall in and of itself, if not configured correctly, does nothing. And so that doesn't lead me into that direction. Implement network segmentation. We'll go with configure access controls. Could I pick 2 on this one? What security measure? That was weird. A project manager needs to verify users and authorize access to systems and applications. Which security control should the project manager implement? A password manager, B, a firewall, C, multi-factor authentication, or C, access control list, or ACL. A project manager needs to verify users and authorize access to systems and applications. Well, a password manager would be a good place to keep their credentials, but that's not going to satisfy the question. A firewall doesn't have anything to do to verify access to systems and applications. Multi-factor authentication, like the password manager, can be used, but access control list. Learn. Okay. What you need to know: implementing multi-factor authentication is the most appropriate security control to ensure the user authentication and authorization for accessing required systems and applications. MFA uses multiple authentication methods, right, such as passwords, biometrics, or token-based authentication to enable only authorized users to access the systems and applications. A firewall prevents unauthorized access from a private network. An access control list is a security mechanism that defines and manages access rights for user groups in a network or system. And a password manager is a tool that manages passwords. And so you're going to see that it looks like I got a ton of these wrong. It probably appears because I was flying through them when I first got this, just clicking, I don't know. I'm guessing wrong answers in an attempt to reset my progress on this platform. It doesn't look like Amplifier or whatever this is lets you reset your progress. So here we are. What is the main benefit of using SDN in virtualized environment? The correct answer is ease of management. What I put, reduce hardware costs. SDN, or software-defined networking, allows for increased ease of management in a virtualized environment and separates the control and data planes of traditional network devices, enabling the centralization and programmability of network functions. All right, that doesn't help. I've been working on some slides. Maybe there's a slide for it. Let's look. I did one for SDNs. Here we go. These are all going to get put into a legit slide deck. You're hanging out with me while I study. Cool. All right, so it said IDS was the correct answer on this one. The reason that I'm going to justify why I didn't go with IDS, and it was because when I think of an IDS, I think to monitor functions, not to prevent necessarily, but oh, this was the one we said we chose 2. Yeah, we got this one right. Oh, you chose 2, and that's why I got it wrong. Ah, okay. Let's get through this. Let's keep going. What are the security benefits of using software-defined networking and virtualization in a network environment? A, improved network performance through optimized routing. B, enhanced network security through hardware-based firewalls. C, simplified network segmentation and isolation for easier threat containment, and increased network agility for faster deployment of security controls. Those two are true, I believe. Enhanced network security through hardware, software-defined networking has nothing and virtualization, improved network performance. So those two don't satisfy. Those ones do. I'm going to go with that. Correct. Moving on. A company's security operations center has implemented a data loss prevention or DLP solution to monitor and prevent sensitive data from being transmitted outside the organization. The security team also maintains strict controls over cardholder data, CHD, and personally identifiable information, PII, to accompany with industry regulations and protect customer privacy. Which of the following is a potential benefit of implementing a DLP solution in a security operations environment? A DLP solution can automatically detect and remediate vulnerabilities in software and hardware components. That's not true. A DLP solution can provide a real-time threat intelligence analysis to identify and respond to security incidents. That's not true. A DLP solution can help prevent sensitive data from being transmitted outside the organization, reducing the risk of data breaches and compliance violations. That is true. And finally, a DLP solution can provide physical security for servers and network devices, protecting against theft or damage. That is not true. So let's double check and make sure they're asking us to identify what DLP is or what the solution could be and what it's. We're not doing some kind of reverse. Which of the following is a potential benefit of implementing DLP solution in a security operations center? I'm going to go with, I am sure that it is that one. Correct. Pretty straightforward. Which of the following concepts related to security operations involves the use of digital certificates to establish trust between entities and secure communication channels? A, public key infrastructure, B, firewall, C, single sign-on, D, intrusion detection system. Which of the following concepts related to security stuff? Digital certificates, trust, not firewall, not single sign-on, PKI. Public key infrastructure. Right. Which of the following is a potential security or risk associated with implementing a single sign-on, a single SSO solution in a security operations environment? A, greater reliance on physical devices for authentication. That's not true. B, increased risk of phishing attacks. That could be true. C, incompatibility with multi-factor authentication. That's an annoyance, but I don't know if I'd consider it a security risk because you would just have to find a solution that works or compensating control or something. And then finally, D, an increased complexity of authentication process. Excuse me. I'm going to go with increased risk of phishing attacks. Yay. What are the advantages of implementing single sign-on technology for an organization's authentication process? Select the two best options. Providing an additional layer of security through the use of biometric authentication. Enabling password authentication through the use of smart cards or mobile devices. Improving user experience by reducing the need for multiple logins and passwords. And eliminating the need for multi-factor authentication. Okay. Doing well so far, class. A project manager needs to verify users and authorize access to systems and applications. Which security control should the project manager implement? A, access control list, B, multi-factor authentication, C, firewall, D, password manager. We said A project manager needs to verify users and authorize access to systems and applications. Which security controls should the project manager security control? Agent 57, dude, you're sorry you're late to the party. We just started, man. You're good. I'm doing 30 minutes of live study. I committed to 30 minutes a day for the next 30 days as we ramp up for the cert. So I'm just here for my 30-minute, as committed, staying accountable to 30 minutes of study. I did not want to. I'll be completely honest. I did not want to stream nor study, but I'm committed to studying and streaming my self-study. And now I'm stoked that I'm here. What is the main benefit of using SDN in a virtualized environment? A, reduce hardware costs. Oh yeah, we know it's increased ease of management. All right, a large financial institution is considering passwordless authentication and SSO to improve security and streamline operations. Which of the following is true about password authentication and SSO? A, passwordless authentication and SSO are less secure than traditional password methods. That's not true. Passwordless authentication and SSO eliminate the need for any authentication controls. That's not true. Passwordless authentication and SSO are only useful for small organizations with limited security needs. Also not true. And then D, passwordless authentication and SSO can simplify user access while maintaining strong security. That is true. And they're asking which of the following is true. So we know what we're asking. We're probably good on time if this was a live fire situation, if we're in battle. I am sure that is correct. Bo Danger, what's going on? Welcome to the party. Is this a free study source? This live stream is absolutely free. The practice questions are not, however. These practice questions, they're $199 US on CompTIA's website. And then I also purchased the CompTIA Learn. This was $500. Part of it came from sponsorship. So Dr. Ozier's Simply Cyber sponsorship paid for part of our learning stuff. So a huge thank you to them. And then I paid for part of it out of pocket, and I'm sharing it to you as a free resource so that you don't have to go buy it. It is not to be a replacement, as it states in the description, but it is to be a supplement that we can break down the questions and do some live study in a community-driven environment. Their legal team, you happy? Yeah, just kidding. Which is an example of system and network architecture concepts essential in security for Windows registry? A, system hardening. B, log rotation. C, centralized logging. D, secure boot process. Or I don't know yet. Which is an example of system and network architecture? I'm gonna go with system hardening and secure boot process. No. Oh, you get to pick one. Okay, we don't make that mistake again. System hardening then. Boom. A company is implementing a new authentication system that uses passwordless and SSL capabilities. During the rollout, the IT team notices that some employees are having trouble accessing certain applications and resources, while others are experiencing no issues. Upon investigation, the team discovers that some applications and resources are not compatible with the new system. What is the best course of action for the IT team to take in response to this issue? Immediately roll back, A, contact the vendors of the incompatible applications and resources to see if they have updates that will make them compatible with the new system. B, notify all employees to use their previous login credentials until the incompatible applications and resources are updated. C, ignore the issue and allow some employees to be unable to access certain applications and resources. Or D, immediately roll back the passwordless and SSO authentication and revert to the previous system? What do we think? This is a tough one. So we rolled out a new SSO and passwordless solution. Although during the rollout, it looks like some folks are having trouble accessing the resources, while other people in the company or in the org are having no problem whatsoever. After we check it out, some of the stuff's just not compatible with the new system. Contact the vendor, notify all employees, ignore the issue, or immediately roll back. I'm going to go with somebody in chat. All right, Agent 57 is going with D. Let's go with D, immediately roll back, send it. Here we go. You were unsure. Well, you were sure. I was unsure. You were sure. And together we made an unsure couple. And we were correct. So nice work, team. Which of the following is a significant difference between containerization and virtualization in the context of security operations? It tells us here in the context of security operations, so we know what we're looking for. A, containerization provides a higher level of isolation between the container and the host operating system compared to virtualization. B, virtualization provides faster resource allocation than containerization. C, containerization enables multiple operating systems to run on a single machine, while virtualization does not. And D, virtualization enables multiple operating systems to run on a single physical machine, while containerization does not. So remember, we want to go through the questions, make sure you understand what it's asking you, and go on, right? So we know that it is asking us in the context of security operations, and I can tell you right off the gate, there's only one that has to do with security operations. It's telling you straight up what we're looking for. And that would be A, containerization provides a higher level of isolation between the container and the host operating system. So faster resource allocation, that has a lot to do with, right, performance, not necessarily security focused. Here we go, more with kind of, in my opinion, more of a performance issue. Oh, we're incorrect. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's go back and review. That's why we're here, to learn. A security analyst is responsible for ensuring a company's serverless infrastructure is secure. Recently, the company had a data breach due to misconfigured serverless function. Which security measure should the analyst implement to prevent future data breaches on the company's server's infrastructure? Use an IDS. It didn't. Oh, this is the one where we selected 2 class on the last go through. That's my fault. How are cloud systems and network architecture concepts essential for securing hybrid and on-prem systems? Cloud systems A and network architecture concepts only apply to cloud-based systems and do not provide any benefits for on-premises. Cloud systems and network architecture concepts are optional and not necessary for securing hybrid and on-premise systems. Not true. Cloud systems and network architecture concepts enable organizations to consolidate and streamline their security operations regardless of where their data resides. And then D, cloud and system and network architecture. Cloud system and network architecture make securing hybrid and on-premises complex and difficult. How are cloud systems and network architecture concepts essential for securing hybrid and on-premises systems? I'm going to go with C. Let's go. We got about 8 minutes left of our stream. Remember, this is just a Power 30 study session. CySA Plus, if you're just joining us, if you're one of the extra people who's jumped on stream, welcome. My name is Jesse J. I work in the cybersecurity industry, and I love helping people slay their cybersecurity certs. And so I'm bringing folks along with me, doing some live study together. So I hope to find some value. If you know somebody, please share. If not, I wish you the best. A company's security operations center has implemented a DLP solution. How do we get this one wrong? What is the following? Which of the following is a potential benefit of implementing the DLP solution can help prevent sensitive data from being transmitted outside the organization, reducing the risk? Right, that's what we went with. Huh. Which of the following show how system and network architecture concepts are related to security operations? Which of the following show how system and network architecture concepts are related to security operations? Hey, thanks, Bo Day. You're going to subscribe same time tomorrow. I'll make a announcement tomorrow of when I'm going to go live. It very well could be around the same time. It might be a little bit earlier in the daytime. I don't know what part of the country you're in. I'm in the Western U.S. Which of the following concepts related to security operations involves the use of digital certificates to establish trust between entities and secure communication channels? PKI. I feel like they're just asking us the same I see what they're doing. They're rewording things every time to get us to think differently around the question. And I appreciate that, honestly. So, which of the following? Man, this is so funny. The correct answer is virtualization enables multiple operating systems to run on a single physical machine, while containerization does not. But they're asking us what is the following significance between containerization and virtualization in the context of security operations, which I understand this being true, but it doesn't seem like it affects security as much as when I read words like a higher level of isolation. I am going to report this one to CompTIA. It's a bad question. Oh, 3. Well, we were wrong anyways. All right. All right, team. I think that ends it for my stream today. I'm going to go through these questions off stream and answer them because we've already gone through them. These are all repeats. If you're watching this on Team Replay, we stream each and every day. Tech Ricky and myself stream every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern in a long form study channel, live guests, special appearances. If I don't see you before we stream again, I'll see you tomorrow morning for the Daily Cyber Threat Brief, as I am a moderator for Dr. Jerry Ozier, as we break down the top cyber news. I hope you're doing well. We'll see you guys on the next one. See you.